Something new is brewing inside of you. Sorry, I was fixing my hair. Something new is brewing inside of you, and you can feel it. But I want you to know that first, I want you to trust that feeling. And then, secondly, I want you to know that you do not need to rush. Okay? Um, you're actually being guided to take your time. Actually, I know you're probably not going to hear this because I don't want to hear this even when I apply this to myself. Is the slower you go, the better. Okay? Um I was um today I worked at the fair today. I did a psychic fair, which is pretty much where a bunch of different practitioners who offer different healing sessions or like spiritual guidance through, like, we have tarot readers, we have human design, we have numerologists, we even have like mediums, we just a variety of different practitioners, astrologers. um I'm the only like astrologer when it comes to like like Western astrologer, and then we have a Vedic astrologer. Yeah, so I went today. It was great. And then I decided, like, on my way home, because I didn't get to, I always say I like to start off my day with some sort of meditation, some sort of just stillness, just with myself. I really, with myself, but also I feel like for me, it's like me connecting to God, and like starting my day. You know how people like to start their day with a fresh cup of coffee or so whatever. I need to start my day with just being present with myself and God, my guides, my spirit team. um so I, yeah, didn't get to do that, and then also it helps me to be grounded too. So I mix my breath, my routine, you guys know. I didn't get to do that, and obviously, like, I'm definitely, when I'm giving readings to people, because I do astrology, but I also mix cards into it. Intuitive. That's why I call myself an intuitive astrologer, because I'm using the your chart as a guide, but then I'm intuiting extra like information from your guides, your team, God, spirit, so yeah, and I use that with just for myself, but also with additional help with cards. And yeah, so that when you're doing work or getting guidance, you're not grounded. Okay, you're definitely not grounded. So yeah, so I have been feeling like, I need to, yeah, I just felt so like when you're not grounded, you feel just scattered, like mentally scattered. You feel maybe a little agitated. You feel anxious, a little like the best way I could feel it is just you just feel out of balance, out of equal, like you just feel like, I don't know, like buzzy, like, maybe restless, and just, yeah, you don't feel calm. Let's just say that. So yeah, I just didn't feel that. And then I when I first got there, because I got there a little earlier than we started, I pulled some cards for myself, because it's just a fun thing. We all, like, the practitioners, like to do that. So yeah, and then I got, ground yourself. You need to ground yourself, and I was like, haha, yeah, I know, I figured. But anyways, the point is, I was just like, that aligns with this Taurus energy, anyways, and I already know that I need to do that. So the point is, we are in Taurus season, and Taurus is all about grounding, slowing down, being present, um, finding pleasure in the simplicities of the day to day life. Um, so yeah, really um, so anyways, the point is, so I was like, all right, when I go home, I'm going to like eat some fruit, because I just felt a little hungry, and then I said I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna go for a walk, because tomorrow is the actual new moon in Taurus. So, because I'm filming this on April 26th, so 27th is the official new moon in Taurus. So I'm definitely gonna go to the park. Like, I'm getting my butt to the park. You should go to the park. You need to get outside, okay? If you have a backyard, great. Go out there, sit down, be in the grass, no shoes, okay? I want skin to skin contact on the grass, okay? That is like putting your feet, like your actual feet without sock shoes, in the ground, and just, being like, oh, I just can't wait to merge and just immerse in like around nature. Tomorrow, so I'm gonna do that, and then also gonna do some working with the moon energy, writing out stuff. Also, I am hosting a virtual new moon women's circle. So we're going to gather together, and we're going to talk about, I'm going to tell you guys, astrologically speaking, like what exactly, breaking it down, is the new moon in Taurus, what is the significance of it, how it's going to be affecting you in your personal lives. If you have your chart available, or if you know your exact time of birth, then I will be giving like little mini readings to you guys as well, and telling you how this new moon energy is gonna like show up in your own lives. But also I'm gonna do a group reading, so I'm gonna pull some cards, which is very like nice and intimate. And then we're gonna just talk about like have discussion. I'm gonna come with journal questions, and that ties to this new moon and Taurus energy, and we're gonna talk about like what's brewing, what seeds do we want to plant, and then we're gonna go into like some manifestation steps and stuff like that. So if you would like to, I didn't mean to promo this, but it just works out. Yeah, so if you're interested in that, it's gonna be tomorrow, which is gonna be, well, depending on when you watch this, April 27th, Sunday, April 27th at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And yeah, and it's virtual, so you can do it from your home, the comfort of your home, and we'll be meeting on Zoom. So if you come, if you want to get cute and stuff, and then show up. Yeah, you can sign up at healthygirlhealing.com. I will put the link in the description box below, but it's healthygirlhealing.com. So yeah. Anyways, but the point is, why did I say that? I don't remember. Well, yeah, but I was just telling you what I was gonna do, my plan. But before that, I'm going to go to the park and stuff. But anyway, so the point is, I got home, right, and I went for the walk, and I was just trying to be present, because a lot of the times when I'm walking, I really have to be intentional about like just be present. I didn't bring my phone, or I had my phone, but it was silent. I didn't have any music, because I just wanted to just be present. And I think that is this, once again, a good representation of this Taurus energy. So when you go outside, I mean, yes, music is great, but if you really want to immerse yourself in the presence, in the simplicities of just being present, you don't, like, there's no distractions. You don't have any music. You're just being one with nature and your breath. That's it. So yeah, so I did that, and I wasn't expecting much, because I was like, I'm super present. I'm not even gonna think about thinking, or like trying to plan things out in my head, like sometimes I usually do, when I'm walking. So I was present. I was like, oh, feeling the sun. I was like, oh, this feels so nice. And I'm like, like I said, saw some neighbors, and I was like, said hi, and then I don't know why, I was just like very noticing different things. So I saw I had to tie my shoes, and then I like went to tie my shoes, and as I was tying my shoes, I saw like a bug crawling on the floor, and then I noticed that I was very fascinated by this bug, or I was just like, I don't know, subconsciously maybe I was like, I don't know, I was drawn to the bug for some reason. I was just like looking at it, and I was like, and then in my mind I was like, wow, this is what it feels like to just be present. Like, you're not thinking about anything else majorly, you're just present in this moment while you're on the walk. So that was nice. But then as I was starting to walk, I started to think, I got a thought in my head, I just kind of like had a thought, like step by step, taking things when you oh yeah, that's what I was doing, because I was like walking, but then I was looking down, and you know how when you in some like on the concrete, sometimes it has sections, right? Like the cracks on in the concrete. So I think as I was walking, I was just kind of like something kind of, I had a little thought in my head, like step by step, you're taking one step at a time. And then it was like, but then I was thinking, like when you take a step, you have to fully complete that step before you make the next step, right? You can't just like do a little half step, then you're gonna fall. But you have to fully ground yourself, your foot, and like take a step, and it's one step at a time. And then I started to think like about when you go on the stairs, where you have to like put one foot in front of the other. You have to complete each step fully before you take the next step. So then I'm like thinking about these steps, and then I like asked out loud, or I don't forget if it was out loud that I asked, or in my mind. But then I was like, God, why are you making me think about steps? And then I heard, like, this because you need to apply that to your life. And I was like, okay, like, what do you mean? And it was like, well, you have been very scattered about like all the things that you need to do. I mean, you have a lot of things that you can do. You have a lot of options. You have just a lot going on. And you need to remember to take, like, you must complete something until you need to learn to complete something before you start something else. And I know for me, I don't do that. Like, I'm just like, I'm very much guilty for like starting things, not finishing it, then starting another thing, and not finishing it, then starting another thing. Honestly, it makes me think of Gemini energy. Even though I don't have Gemini in I don't have like a prominent Gemini placement. Everybody has Gemini in their chart. And like Gemini rules my fourth house, so I guess that kind of will align. And plus Jupiter's in Gemini, so we're all feeling the Gemini energy of like being scattered, and maybe like starting so many things and not finishing completely, and having so many interests, and then like trying to having a lot of talking and conversations, and wanting to like talk in what we call yap energy. You guys hear the word yap? Yeah, that is in astrology. That's Gemini and Jupiter. Okay, Jupiter and Gemini. So anyways, yeah, just like how Mars in Cancer was the crash out energy, that, it's just interesting, if you pay attention to like the trending terms and how it aligns to the astrology. But anyways, so yeah, so that's what I was thinking. I was like, yeah, so then I got that guidance. It's like, because today in general, I've been feeling very overwhelmed by all the things that I need to do, and all the things that I want to do, and all the things, and all the things, all the opportunities, and all the things I want to start, and it just kind of can be overwhelming for me. And then also it's like I don't want to I just know I need to get more organized, or have more structure, or have a better system. And that's where I was thinking about the Taurus energy, because I was like, oh, okay, so you're telling me about these step by steps, because that is Taurus. Taurus is like what, committing to yourself to something that is going to, grounding your feet in something that you are going to commit and rely on yourself to follow through with that, so anyways, yeah, without going into too much detail about it, whatever, but it's just kind of like I just got the guidance of like, you need to make sure that whatever you're starting, you need to finish, you need to complete before you start something else. So even if we think of a creative project or anything, a task, we need to complete the task first before we do another thing. And then when it's like, okay, well, you have so many options, right? Because then I was like thinking in my head, like, okay, well, I have so many options though, like, what do I focus on? And it was like the thing that's guaranteed to provide you the security that you're looking for. And I was like, okay, so Yeah, and the things that you already have, and the thing, okay, the other way is like, the other thing, a better way to put it, in what I heard was, the thing that you have already laid a foundation. There's a foundation that's already laid with what you're doing. And with, I think that's a, but that's with us too, kind of. I don't know if you guys could sense that, but what have you started and already have been building a foundation on? Because I think the Uranus and Taurus too energy, I don't know, but maybe not. But like, what foundation? Because Taurus is all about like security and stability, especially when it comes to financially, right? So like, what in your life will bring you the security that you're looking for? If it's not financially, then at least we can think about peace. It's either some sort of security that brings you some sort of peaceness, that you're actually just enjoying life. You find pleasure in your day-to-day lives, because you have created this like foundation for yourself, to where, I don't know, like now you have a daily like a routine that is like, it's a system that you follow every day, you know. You do something in order, you do something like in a systematic thing, and that's like having a steady daily routine, or what you would call, I like to call ritual. And the difference between routine and ritual for me personally is, ritual is something that you it's an intentional way of living. Routine is something that you're doing to work towards something. In my opinion, ritual seems like more immersive, more intentional, a way of life, a way of living. um so anyways, I don't know if that's making any sense. I'm just kind of like floating ideas here. So this is kind of a little bit of the taste of like the new moon energy, but kind of not really. But yeah, I'm just being very general, big picture here. This is why that's why I love the concept of doing these virtual women circles, or just women circles in general. I love, because because then we can bring in people like you guys, and so I can apply this general sense of the energy that's happening, because I have to keep it general. Obviously, we all are different people, so it's going to apply to us differently. But now we can actually make it more like, bring it together when there's people here that I can like engage with and say, okay, this is how this plays out, like for you, and this is blah 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 blah. Okay, so yeah, so that. But anyways, so yeah, generally speaking, we're either looking for some sort of more comfort, peaceful, slower living, slowing down. You know, what was the trend? Wasn't it like there was a trend that was going on, like the slow life, slow living? Yeah, when I think of that, I think of Taurus energy. You're just like enjoying life. I mean, you're having pleasure. You're finding the little pleasures of life. You're not rushing through it. You're not just, you're like, like you're having more of those moments of life where you're just like, life is good, man. You know, like, yeah, I gotta go to work, I gotta do this, but like, you have little pockets of moments that make you go, wow, life is beautiful. Like for me, like when I went after, I mean, even though I had a great day, I found simplicity in just going for a walk, and like, it was a really beautiful, nice day. The sun was shining on me, and it felt like, like I felt myself like, this feels good. And then the little breeze, and then just seeing the trees and all the flowers that's blossoming, and then even just like walking by my neighbor, seeing a little girl, a little kid, a little mom with her daughter, and just like, hi, just the simplistic things of life, right? Even like going to work, and like getting paid, getting a paycheck, like just being grateful for that little thing, because then I can, you can buy yourself something nice, or you can do whatever. So that, but then we're on the other end of it. If you're on the other end where you're looking for some more security when it comes to financially, then you start to think about like, okay, what are the steps that you have to take? So then you go back to all the things that you want to do, right? You start to prioritize to what is something that is going to bring you, that is guaranteed to provide you the security, the stability that you're looking for, the long term. Or what do you want to commit yourself to that you know that is going to give you? What is your plan? What is the plan to have that security, that financial security? What is the plan? So developing that for yourself, and like thinking about the things that are actually being practical, and like, okay, this, that, I don't know. So anyways, that's general. I'm just speaking generally. So whatever came up for you with that, there you go. So I just wanted to share that because I was just like, that's interesting. Like looking at like having better systems in our life to get us to the things that we want to get, the goals that we want, and knowing we cannot be doing multiple things. Like, I mean, there's a thing, like you can, like, but you have the point is to be able to juggle multiple things at a time, you need to finish something. You need to complete the task, complete the whatever, and then move on to the next thing. So then I kind of thought about, then I got guidance on like, you need to have a schedule. You need to have a schedule because you do have a lot of things that you're trying to commit to. You need to like put it on a piece of paper so you can see what it looks like. Create the system for yourself. So then you can like plug things in, like in order. You're creating a system that works together rather than just scatterly going from one thing to the next thing and then feeling overwhelmed. You have a laid out blueprint plan for yourself, a schedule to where you like, okay, you can fit everything and plug everything in, and then commit to doing that. That's another thing. So yeah, that. All right, so that's just my little blabber, a little bit of blabber. If you would like a more detailed break things down and actually apply it to you in your personal life, then join me tomorrow night or tonight or whatever, whenever you're watching this, for the New Moon Women's Circle, and which you can sign up at healthygirlhealing.com. All right, enjoy your days. And if you don't do anything else, just please get outside. Get outside tomorrow on Sunday, April 27th. And if you're watching this past that, then just get outside in general because we're in Taurus season, okay? So just do more of getting outside, being in nature, and just being still, having moments of stillness, and finding pockets in your day that makes you go, this is nice. Life is beautiful. Life is good. I'm grateful. Okay.